The digestive system is going to be the fourth body system that we look at, and our last one for the week. This, judging from what I learned about you guys from the survey and the lab coat that you did last week, quite a few people included things about their favorite foods. So this should be a system that is going to be more familiar to you than, say, the integumentary system that we did earlier this week. So let's take a look at the digestive system here. A few functions would be mechanical digestion, chemical digestion, and absorption. We'll talk about those in just a minute. Your digestive system includes two major parts. One is going to be the digestive tract, or also called the gastrointestinal or GI tract. That is one long continuous tube from the mouth to the anus. So it includes the mouth, the esophagus, the stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and then the anus. Other than that, we have the accessory organs. Those are going to just help out the different stages of digestion. So in your mouth, you would have teeth and salivary glands. You would also have the liver, the gallbladder, the pancreas that are not shown here. Those all are not part of the technical tube from the mouth to the anus, but they're connected in some way and they help out with digestion. If we look at the four stages of digestion, first we would have ingestion. That would be you literally putting food into your mouth so that digestion can actually begin. Digestion itself can be broken into two types. We have mechanical digestion. That includes you chewing your food in your mouth, and then your stomach mixing and churning the food. Both of those things help to break down physically the food into smaller pieces. You also have chemical digestion. That's going to happen in the mouth because of the saliva that's secreted by your salivary glands. You can see them in yellow over in this diagram. The stomach will also secrete enzymes. For example, it secretes pepsin, so to help break down protein. And then your small intestine, there are enzymes that come in from the pancreas and the liver to help continue digestion. That chemical digestion uses those enzymes to break food down into even smaller molecules so that you can actually then absorb them, which is the next stage. Absorption is going to happen in the small intestine and the large intestine. So there's some things that can be absorbed in the stomach, but most of the absorption is going to happen of nutrients is going to happen in your small intestine. So that's actually the most important digestive system organ. It's not the stomach, which usually people think it is. And then the digested food, those small molecules that have been broken down mechanically and chemically, are going to be absorbed from inside the small intestine through the wall of the small intestine and into your bloodstream. So you would have blood vessels surrounding or like kind of wrapping around the small intestine, and it goes right through the wall of the small intestine, through the wall of the blood vessel, into your bloodstream. Water is going to be absorbed in your large intestine, which you can see it's kind of this greenish structure here in the diagram. And then finally, the last stage would be excretion. Food that is undigested that remains is going to be excreted through the body from the anus. We're going to take a look at another video just to kind of give you an overview and let you see these structures a little better.
Your gastrointestinal tract is actually a tunnel that goes right through your body from mouth to anus. The nutrients from food that you have eaten have to be absorbed into your body through the walls of the GI tract. The first part of the GI tract is the oral cavity, where both mechanical and chemical digestion of food occurs. The teeth break down food into small pieces, and the tongue can form it into a ball, which is swallowed by the muscles of the swallow reflex. Salivary glands secrete liquid and enzymes in order to break down the food chemically. The esophagus is a tube of smooth muscle that contracts in a wave motion, pushing the food along its course. The food then enters the stomach at the esophageal gastric junction. The stomach churns to mix food up. This mechanical action of churning is innervated by parasympathetic nerves. When this process is completed, the pyloric sphincter will open. The duodenum is the first part of the small intestine, and a large amount of absorption occurs here. It is really the powerhouse of absorption. The duodenum engages in a negative feedback loop, meaning that it allows food to enter from the stomach when empty, and when the duodenum is full, it sends signals to the stomach not to open the pyloric sphincter. The entry of chyme into the duodenum also signals the liver and gallbladder to release bile, and it signals the pancreas to release its pancreatic enzymes. These help the digestion, absorption, and metabolism of food in the duodenum. The small intestine is the next area through which food travels. It is very long and has thousands of microvilli on its surface, creating a huge surface area. The appendix is at the start of the large bowel, or large intestine. The large intestine has an ascending, transverse, and descending part, ending in the sigmoid colon and then the rectum, which will store feces before they are excreted.
Okay, so there you kind of were able to see those parts in 3D. Hopefully that helped you to kind of figure out the pathway of the GI tract a little bit better after we talked about it, and then you were able to see it. You are going to use today's lesson to complete 2 assignments. They're a little bit smaller than what you've been doing, or shorter, I should say, with the other systems we've covered this week. So if you have questions on anything for today, please let me know. Otherwise, have a great weekend, and we will continue next week with some other body systems.